Please get ready for a dictation of transcription number 117 from Sir Kailash Chandra magazine. 5 seconds. Start. Then, sir, we must find out the main reason why there were so many writ petitions and petitions for special leave to appeal to the Supreme Court. That was so because in most of these cases, we had made the decision of that tribunal final. Now, under the Constitution, the Supreme Court has got the right to grant special leave of appeal. That is naturally untouched. Similarly, the High Courts have got the right of the power to issue writs. Of course, I cannot say that it is all without jurisdiction. Probably, many of those courts thought that in a matter where the aggrieved party had no remedy whatsoever, they should rather have the right to look into that matter. And it was from that point of view, probably, that we had so many appeals and so many writs issued by the High Court. Now we are going to provide in this measure for a direct appeal to the High Court itself. As the lawyer members probably know, when there is a remedy by way of appeal, no High Court ordinarily issues any writ, and the Supreme Court is not expected to grant any special leave of appeal. It has therefore been found desirable to provide straightway for an appeal to the High Court by an aggrieved party. This will also, I think, remove much of the delay which is ordinarily caused by these matters. Apart from that, sir, the clause itself mentions that the tribunal shall decide the election petition within 6 months and that the High Court shall dispose it off within 3 months. I know that even if we impose such a restriction, it may not necessarily be so. But I am sure that unless there are any special reasons, etc., the tribunals will dispose of these matters within 6 months, and the High Courts also will give priority to matters like these and dispose them off within 3 months. So the honorable members will find that the present provision that has been made in this bill is much more satisfactory than the previous one. Then, sir, as the honorable members are aware, there was a little confusion with regard to the various categories of corrupt practices. For instance, there were major corrupt practices, there were minor corrupt practices, and there were illegal practices, and all of them had different effects under different circumstances, and even some of the lawyers found this matter rather a very intricate one. In the present bill, therefore, only corrupt practices have been mentioned, and the distinction between major and minor corrupt practices has been taken away. Of course, so far as offenses are concerned, there is that category of electoral offenses, and that has been done not with a view to changing any particular effect with respect to the matters which are undesirable, but that has been done with a view to making the whole thing far more simple and easily understandable. So you will find that so far as the present bill is concerned, it has made the election law as simple as possible. Probably there has been some difference of opinion in the other house, and there might be some difference of opinion in this house as well with regard to the clause dealing to disqualification, and particularly with regard to the disqualification incurred by a person who has been sentenced to imprisonment for 2 years and more. The reason for that is that generally the offenses for which a man is sentenced to 2 years are cognizable offenses and offenses of a more serious nature. It was therefore thought that in such a case he should not be allowed to stand for 5 years more. But even then, as matters now stand, that disqualification can be removed by the Election Commission in suitable cases. Now, as the honorable members are aware, the Election Commission is a special constitutional authority set up by us in order to ensure the free and fair elections which we want to have in the country. Therefore, it is not as if this power is given to some executive officer of the government. It is not correct to look at it from that point of view. As honorable members know, a man may be convicted or even sentenced to 2 years for offenses which may not involve what is vaguely termed as moral turpitude. To introduce the words moral turpitude in a measure like this will not be desirable, because it is a term which may have a different meaning in different conditions and the different types of circumstances. This moral turpitude is a thing which cannot be defined. Therefore, the other house thought that the best way and the best remedy out of this was to leave the power to the Election Commission itself, and I believe there has been no complaint till now in any proper case that the Election Commission has ever hesitated to remove disqualification if it could be done. Stop.